Hi, I'm Steve Munson and welcome to Outdoors 406. It's summertime here in central Montana and my brother and I decided to go on a hunt this last weekend that turned out to be a lot of fun. We've only hunted coyotes one other time in the summertime. Last year, I think it was toward the end of July, we called up 32 coyotes and killed 18 on that trip, and I think our best day that time was we shot 9 in one day. This trip we called up 22 coyotes and killed 13, and I think the second day we killed a total of 8 that day. Thought I'd give you a little background on my brother and myself. We're twins and we've grown up together hunting since we were like 12 years old. We used to hunt ducks as kids and then we started hunting fox. But the last 30 years or more we've hunted predators and primarily just hunt together. So we know in just about any given situation what each other's going to do. So it really makes a big difference and kind of gives us an advantage in a lot of situations when coyotes come in, knowing what each other's thinking and what each other's going to do, just having the patience that it takes sometimes to get these coyotes killed. Over the years I've really become partial to the shotgun because I really love getting those coyotes in close, and also I think it's made me a much better coyote caller by having more patience to get them in closer. So I typically will pack the shotgun and Stan will pack the 22 250. He's a great shot with that rifle. He can really reach out there and touch them when we have to. Most of our shots, I would say though, are well under 150 yards. I would say the average shot with the rifle is probably 100 yards, and average shot with the shotgun is probably anywhere from 10 to 45 yards. We get a few out there a little bit further than that, but anyway, we've kind of switched things up a little bit. Now I'm filming, so he's packing both the shotgun and the rifle and doing all the shooting. I do all of the calling, and that way it kind of just gives him the ability to just concentrate on killing the coyote. So if we got one that takes off, I can usually stop it with the mouth call, and he can just get right on it and kill it as soon as it stops. So that's kind of the things that we do that make us successful right now, and adding the camera to the mix has just kind of made it a little more difficult. We're getting a little bit better, but it's just kind of exciting to film these hunts. On this hunt, it was pretty warm out. I'd say it was probably 80 degrees most of the time. So we quickly figured out that these coyotes were in the timber, in the shade where they could get out of that sun, and there was enough of a breeze that it was fairly cool in the shade. So what we ended up doing was trying to set up as close as we could to the timber to draw them out of the timber and yet get us a little bit of space so we could get some footage. So some of the hunts happened pretty fast, so we didn't get a lot of footage of the coyote coming in, but we got them on film getting shot, and so it was a little bit tougher. And then also it's not in our DNA to spend much time looking at coyotes and taking pictures and stuff, so that's something we'll have to get a little bit better at. But we just do so many sets. When we start out when on a hunt, we typically are on our first set as it's getting daylight, and we go hard all day long till there's no more daylight. So we're just kind of get in a mode, and once we get one shot, we just move right on to the next one. We've killed so many coyotes over the years that it's just another dead coyote, but we're really out there to try to help the fawns and help the deer and antelope populations, because right now with the coyotes feeding their young, they're really hard on these fawns. And these antelope were really aggressive on this trip. I've never seen it like this before, where as soon as you turn on any kind of sound, they just come tearing in. So we had several pretty interesting things happen with the antelope that you'll see in these hunts that we're going to have here. So make sure you watch all these hunts to the end. I'm going to make a series here where we'll have maybe 3 or 4 of the hunts, several hunts on each video of some of the things that happen. So it's kind of exciting. It was absolutely beautiful down here, as you can see. We've hunted this country for a lot of years, but this is the first time we've ever been down here when it's been this green and this beautiful. The air smelled of pine from the pine trees, and it was just absolutely a perfect day. Shoot him again. Go get him. Well, go ahead and walk up there.
I don't got no gloves with me, so I just want to see if it's a male.
I think it's a male. Just walk over there and I saw him the same time you did, but I had to get my camera on.
It's gonna pop right over the hill here.
I know.
That's why I kind of whistled at you, because did you get him?
I saw him right at the beginning, or as soon as you did. Just before you...
I saw his ears popping above the...
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't a great spot.
No.
But it worked out all right. Finally killed one here.
Well, we've called this spot, I don't know, a number of times in the winter. It's such a good spot. We've never killed a coyote here. But this one comes smoking in. And about 12 minutes into the set. Male or female? I figured it was the male. Well, we're hunting in an area where the coyotes are just thick and they're really hard on the fawns. So we're going to try to take a few out in the next couple of days. Help the fawns as the does are just getting ready to drop fawns. But it's about our third set, so first coyote down. I'll get a closer shot of this coyote. Turns out it was a female. But I'm surprised the mate didn't show up. But one coyote down. Well, it feels really good to have the first coyote of the trip on the ground. We hunt pretty hard and we made a lot of sets on this 2-day hunt. Some of the hunts were pretty good and we got some pretty good footage of some coyotes. So make sure you watch the rest of the videos in this playlist, and thanks for watching.